Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing the Epic American Girl collector's tag that was created by Superfun Dolls. And I think this should be really fun because I've never done anything like this before. Before we get started with the video, go ahead and share this video, like this video, check out the description box, and comment down below. And if you aren't already, subscribe if you aren't already. And that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get started. The first question is, if you were to purchase a double of any doll, who would it be? And I would choose Kaya, definitely the older version, like Pleasant Company, early 2010s. Any version of Kaya before American Girl started messing with the molds and making them like look wonky and weird. And yeah, and I have always loved Kaya. To me, I feel like, you know, Kaya is really the only doll that American Girl like sells that really like stands out of being like unique and being different, if you ask me. So for that reason alone, like, she's really special to me, like has a special place in my heart. And I've always loved Kaya, and she's so underrated, overlooked, and disrespected. And so yeah, and like, I'm not even gonna lie, it would also be like nice to have a Kaya that has like perfect hair and not wrecked hair, but you know, we'll see what the future holds. The second question is, do you regret any part of your collections? And I wouldn't say that I would label it as a regret, but if I could go back and redo, honestly, many things, I wouldn't have gotten my doll Gabriella, because she's kind of a misfit, because she has like, this sounds so mean, but she's a misfit because of like her look. Like, she looks weird and stuff. I do have to say though, like, with getting Gabriella a wig, and like, my mom like redid her eyebrows because the girl had purple eyebrows and stuff, that she looks a little bit better, but she still stands out, and not necessarily like the best way. And she is made out of plastic all the way, so she doesn't have any weight or form to her, so that makes dressing her very, very hard. And having her clothes to like stay up on her is also pretty difficult. And I take my doll's pictures all the time, like that's a really big thing for me, and she just doesn't really fit the sculpt of like being able to like take pictures and like they necessarily like turn out good. Like, maybe like if she's in like a group photo or something, like she can blend in that, but even with that, like, she still sticks out, which at the same time, if you flip it, is also a good thing because it makes my collection unique and stuff. And I do love my doll Gabriella and stuff, so that's why like I wouldn't say that it's a regret. But if I could go back in time and have the opportunity to choose another doll, I most definitely would, just for the fact, like I said, what I listed above. And then something that excuse me, I do regret is that when I was a kid, I was obviously a kid, and when you're a kid, like, you don't really think much of like naming your doll and like how that would play out in the future. But like, on that note, like, something I do regret is some of my, like, I would say my core like childhood girls, like my core, like, what, 5, I would have named each and every one of them a different name, because I like unique names. I like names that are like super long and like nobody has, and that is different. And yeah, I would just rename them. I would definitely 1000% rename Kanani my gymnast doll, I do regret, obviously, now that I have the Hawaiian Kanani, naming her after Kanani, because like I said, I was a kid and I was also like very new to American Girl still. Like I didn't really know that much about it. And I knew that the Girl of the Year, Kanani, she was retired and she costed a lot of money if you were going to get her second hand, and it was like really hard and stuff. So for that, I always had it in my head that I would never get Kanani, and like I really like loved the doll at the time, like yeah. And I honestly like didn't think like I would have more than one doll, so there's that also too. But yeah, I would definitely rename her, because since like I said, I did end up eventually getting the Girl of the Year Kanani, it's not really confusing for me, because like I very much do know the difference, but I could see like it could be difficult for like other people to like know what doll I'm talking about. So yeah, and I just would have liked for her to have like a unique name, if you will. So yeah, and then the other thing that I regret is sending my doll Z to the doll hospital. Even though I guess like it shouldn't really be a regret, it should be more of like a lesson, because since my experience that I had with American Girl, like me never even getting my doll back from the doll hospital, honey, I will never send another one of my dolls to the doll hospital like ever again in my entire life. So yeah, that is definitely like one of my biggest regrets, is sending Z to the doll hospital. And I literally sent her in November, and I literally didn't get her back until like March, and like it's not even my doll. But there's a whole video on that if you even care to watch and listen. So on to the next question. Question 3 is, if you could dress like any doll in your collection, who would it be? And I actually don't know, but I guess I would probably say Coco or Mackenzie, because for the most part our styles are very much the same. But if I have to choose a doll that's completely different from my style, I would probably say Desaria, because she has really good style, and she's a girly girl, but she's not like Pink Rainbow Sparkles girly. So yeah, that would be my answer. Next is, what is a doll that had so much potential but flopped? And I feel like the obvious answer is Gabriella. She was very much robbed of her opportunity of being the Girl of the Year, and she's the only black doll that, you know, we've had, and stuff, like fully black. Like I know people would be like, oh well, like we've had Kavi and like some of the other dolls, but that's like not really the same. So yeah, I would say that the obvious answer is Gabriella, but at the same time, I would say that to me, I feel like Lila was like a big flop, because she's supposed to be like Italian, and I feel like American Girl could have really like capitalized and leaned into doing it authentically, and then like we could have like another like ethnicity culture to like be learning about, and then, you know, it would be you know, another doll that is like diverse and stuff, and like not like be like truly authentic Italian, and like not like, you know, like whitewashed or something. So that is my opinion. Yeah, and I also feel that the Z Crew doll, she had so much potential, especially like how at the time, I feel when she was released, like every like social media was like becoming like such like a really big thing, especially now more than ever. And I feel like she could have done like really, really great, and she really wasn't even out that long either. So I think, she flopped too. So, yeah. Question number 5 is, what are some dream goals for your collection? And right now, since the beginning of the year, I would say that my priority has been giving all of my dolls their very own styles, and I've made some progress on that. I would say it's very hard for me because I'm not really good with like clothes and fashion and that type of thing, but like I said, we have been making progress and doing good. Not all the girls have a style, but we're going to just keep working on it. And then another goal of mine is that I would like to hit having 40 dolls at least in my collection. I'm super, super close. And at that point, when I hit 40 dolls, I don't really know. I don't really know what will happen from there. Like, I feel like in my mind at 40 dolls, like, I feel like I may potentially be done because there aren't like really that many dolls out there unless you want to keep like buying the same doll over and over again. And that's just like not really my vibe. Like, all of my dolls, I mean, I do have some girls that are the same or whatever, but for the most part, we'll see. But also with that, some dolls that like have been on my dream list since like honestly forever, is, like I mentioned earlier, I would like another Kaya. And then I also, it's always been a dream, a goal of mine. I feel like every doll collector has this same dream that like they want to customize a doll. I have fixed up quite a few dolls, like from the thrift store, bringing them back to life, TLC or whatever. But I would like to fully customize a doll, like plan out all of her features, give her like a special wig, eye swap, even though eye swaps like freak me out. But at the same time, like, are you really a real doll collector if like you haven't done an eye swap before? I don't know. I mean, I feel like I have taken my doll's head off to tighten her limbs and to restring her. I feel like there's nothing more scarier than that, honestly, than popping your doll's head off. So yeah, and then I have always liked and wanted, just like you, number 15. I know she's super rare and is once in like a blue moon that you will see that girl out on the secondhand market, and when you do see her, she costs a lot of money. But I got number 2 and she's super rare, so I guess when the timing is right, she will become mine. And then over the past couple of years, I've really been paying more attention to our generation and like really getting into them more. So I mean, I wouldn't mind having more our generation dolls in my collection, since they are stepping up their game and like they have dolls that are like super different from each other. And so yeah. But with that all being said, I am like super happy and content with my collection right now, and I don't know what the future holds for my collection. Only God knows that, and I'm happy with whatever. And question number 6 is, how much have you spent on dolls and dolls only? And I'm actually not sure. Majority of my collection was gifted from my mom for Christmas and my birthday, and all I know is that majority of my collection is purchased secondhand, since like dolls are very expensive, especially when they're retired and stuff on the secondhand market, and there's very few that have been purchased like brand new. Yeah, and then the dolls that I've gotten from the thrift store, like they were just like $3, so yeah. Question number 7 is, which doll did you buy most recently? And most recently, I was gifted with Rain, which is the My Life as Hello Kitty party doll. And I got her for my birthday. And then my other most recent purchase that I purchased fully by myself was Moana. Question number 8 is, do you currently have any dolls in the mail? And I do not, but I do have a full shopping cart of doll stuff. Question 9 is, what is the largest number of dolls you have brought home at one time? And I'm pretty sure the most that I've brought home was 2 dolls at a time. And so, yeah. And then question 10 is, how long have you been an AGTuber? And I have been on YouTube since July 12th of 2016. And then also, to go along with that question, for question 11 is, how long have you been an AGIGer? And I've had my Dolls Instagram account since January of 2016. The next question I already answered earlier, but I'll restate it again. And it is, what doll do you want most in your collection? And I would like a Just Like You number 15. Or there's this Our Generation doll that has like really cute freckles, and she has, I think she either has green eyes or she has super like brownie brown eyes. And then I wouldn't mind another Kaya, and yeah, and I would also like to customize a doll, so any of those. The next question is, what is the cheapest doll in your collection? And there's a couple that could go running for that tie. But I guess I would probably have to say my twins, because essentially they were free since they were rescued from the dump. The next question is, what is the most expensive doll in your collection? And I would say that I purchased myself would be Moana, but I'm pretty sure that Desaria Truly Me 86 was more than likely really up there too, since I got her that same year that she retired for Christmas, thanks to my parents. They made a girl's dream come true, because I really thought like I was not going to be able to get Truly Me 86, because I literally saw the moment that she retired, like all of her prices like skyrocketed on the secondhand market, and it was really, really ridiculous if you were to ask me. So yeah. The next question is, what is the most valuable doll in your collection? And I'm not sure. Probably my Just Like You number 2, since she's super rare and she's Pleasant Company versioned. And then I would probably say Truly Me 86 Desaria. And then Marisol. And then I've seen Cecile recently start going really crazy on the secondhand market. And I don't know if Kanani still qualifies for being like super valuable, because I haven't really seen people like really care for her that much anymore. I feel like a lot of people have said that like Kanani's like super overhyped and stuff, so I don't know if she's like super valuable. I mean, I'm pretty sure she is, but you know what I mean. Okay, we're down to the last few questions. So the next question is, what is the first American Girl place that you have visited? And the first American Girl store that I ever visited was Charlotte. And then following that question is also, what is the closest American Girl store to you? And it would be DC. I think, is it still open? Yeah. And then question 19 is, what is your dream historical doll? And I don't know. It would be nice to have another black doll, preferably with her own mold, or even another version of Kaya, or an Italian doll would be really nice. Honestly, any ethnicity would be nice, and it would be super, super nice if the doll does not have a dog or a horse for a companion. Just saying. And then the last question is what is your dream girl of the year? And I don't know. I used to know a long time ago, and then over time I just kind of like stopped thinking about it, but I would say Akaya Mold probably. And literally it would be nice if the girl had any other pet outside of a horse or a dog. And maybe she's a doll that's really into fashion, and she isn't like super girly, and I don't know, like maybe she's a doll collector or something. And it would be nice if she didn't have like a bratty personality, because to me, I feel like a lot of like the girl of the years, especially the ones that have movies, I feel like they kind of have like a tone of like brattiness to them, entitledness to them. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but that's how I feel. And I don't know, I think it would be nice if like maybe they did have like another like Krista situation going on for the girl of the year. So yeah, that's my answer. Okay guys, I hope that you enjoyed this video. We have reached the end of this video. You should comment down below all of your answers to all of the questions, and like this video, share it with a friend. Be sure to check out the description so that you can connect with us in real time, and subscribe if you aren't already. And I'll see you very soon with a brand new video. And also you should check out my hair channel, Adults World Hair, because I am currently doing 75 hair, the doll edition. So check that out if you want to, and I'll be back very soon with brand new videos. So bye.